So yeah, finally doing this review. I probably shouldn't even do this. I'm so late, but I just had to put my 2 cents in because everybody's just freaking out over this movie. Anyways, real quick, first things first. This is a spoiler review. It's gonna be a heavy spoiler because at this point, if you haven't seen this movie, then what's wrong with you? Anyways, also first things first. If you're one of those idiots that gave it a 1 star on IMDb, get the fuck out. Oh my god, you're what's wrong with this world. Same thing with my Blade Runner review. Like, people like you just ruin movies, okay? I know it sounds like super douchey or something, but this is what my review is pretty much gonna be. I'm gonna try to make this video short, like under 5 minutes, hopefully. But essentially, I thought the movie was great. Of course, it had flaws, and there's certain things wrong with it. But I thought it was an awesome movie. I didn't think it was the best one or anything, because people, I don't know why people keep on saying that. Every time a new Star Wars comes out, they're like, oh, it's the best one yet. And it's like, no, it's not the best one. Empire is still the best one. But I thought it was great and had its own ideas that it brought to the table, and that's really why I liked it, and why a lot of people didn't like it, because it. What I liked the most so much about it is that it took your expectations and it just did something different with them. You know, like by killing off Snoke, you thought he was gonna be there for the trilogy to I don't know, like because everyone thought it was gonna be an Empire rehash, and the fact that it wasn't, and it was kind of more of a Return of the Jedi rehash, was kind of cool. And it's funny because people were just like, it's too different, and if that doesn't mean it's a good thing, obviously. Just being too different, it doesn't mean it's a good thing. But I thought it was different in a good way because it did its own shit. Like, it took all the key aspects of Star Wars, like the Force and like certain little things, and it pushed in a different direction and made something new with it, which is dope. Of course, if you say, oh, well, this movie sucked because of the casino like plot, it's like, well, okay, that's valid. Like, that was kind of a dumb little waste of time. And it's funny because this is the longest Star Wars movie. It's 2 hours and like 35 minutes, I believe, and I mean, should they cut that part out? Maybe, I don't know. Like, it wasn't the best part, but I didn't think it was the worst. But it definitely was prequel esque, and I really hated that about it. But they need Finn to be in the movie because he's the main character now. So I wish they rewrote that differently, or maybe like had that chick be the code talker or something like that. But whatever. I mean, I was still interested through the whole movie. It's not like every time that scene came up, I was like, "Fuck this part, hurry up!" Like, because I've seen this movie twice by now, or actually no, I've seen it 3 times by now, and it goes by relatively quickly. But I mean, it is 2.5 hours long, so it's still a long movie. But that being said, I thought this movie was great. I mean, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 because I mean, visually it's amazing. Like, there's certain scenes where you're like, wow, that'd be a cool like poster or a screensaver or some shit like that. And as far as the story goes, I mean, there's a lot of plot holes and like bad stuff, but come on, that's almost in every single Star Wars movie. So at that point, I don't even care. I mean, like, yeah, if you really look at it, pretty much every single Star Wars movie has their goofy shit and jokes and plot holes and certain things like that. And that's my main kind of issue with these people giving it a 1 fucking star out of 10 on IMDb, is because they put this movie on such a high fucking pedestal because, oh, it's Star Wars. Oh my god, it's the best thing. It has to be the best thing ever because it's Star Wars. And it's like, everyone knows that prequels are trash. And if you're being honest, Return of the Jedi wasn't even that good. Like, Empire and the first one were the best ones. I feel like Return of the Jedi was really boring. And I know I'm gonna get so much hate, but like, fucking rewatch that movie. Like, it's such a, especially the special edition, because you can't get the, original version, whatever. I'm gonna get so much hate for that, but I thought that movie wasn't that good. Like, it's okay, like it's a worthy Star Wars movie, but I think Last Jedi is way better than Return of the Jedi, or Return of the Jedi. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is. I don't know. Like, I just didn't care about the third one at all, and the prequels are trash. So yeah, but I know. I don't know. Like, I thought Last Jedi had some new stuff that they brought in the table that was kind of cool. And I mean, I don't know. I'm just mad that everyone's giving it a 1 star. Like, the worst Star Wars movie ever. And it's like, have you seen the fucking Attack of the Clones? That's the worst movie. Okay, that's the worst one. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Like, oh, this is the worst Star Wars movie ever. Just because you didn't like the direction they took doesn't mean shit. Okay, it was directed greatly, greatly. Literally, Mark Hamill. That was his best performance he's ever had ever. I mean, I haven't seen his like animated cartoons, but as far as like live action, that's the best performance he's ever had in any of his movies. Period. And Daisy Ridley was amazing, just like before. And I liked how Adam Driver's character was a lot more developed, and he was just like, man, everything. Everyone was always saying, wow, the characters had nothing going on, and it's like everybody was so far more developed, and everything, more stuff happened with them, and all this awesome stuff. And yeah, there was some comedy that didn't land and everything, but I mean, it's whatever. It's Disney, I guess. Like, and that people were saying, oh, there's Star Wars should be more serious, and it's like there's comedy in all of them, which is fine. I don't care, but But then people were saying that, oh, it's not that there's comedy in all of them, it's just because that the comedy in this one wasn't good. And I can see that some of the comedy wasn't that, like I was just saying, some of it didn't land, but I thought most of it was fine. But I don't know, I guess I'm just like an average viewer. But I guess I really just made the video because I'm pissed that everyone's giving it a 1 out of 10. Kind of like the same thing when Suicide Squad came out and everyone was hating on it. The diehard fanboys were giving it a 10 out of 10, and it's like you're ruining the fucking meter. Like, it just bothers me because I use IMDb for like, that's like the only source I use to see if a movie's worthy watching or not. And you people just fucking ruin it by giving it this shit 1 out of 10. Like, you're not a critic. If you don't know how to critique stuff, then don't fucking write reviews or type reviews. And I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I'm some critic or anything, because I like making these videos for fun and everything. But if I don't like a movie, I'm not gonna give it a fucking 1 out of 10 unless it's a fucking 1 out of 10. Like, if it's a fucking food fight or some actual 1 out of 10, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. But if it's like Jumanji or some shit, then I'll give it like a 5 or 6, even if I didn't like it, because I can see there's certain aspects about it that are redeeming, unless it's like a complete piece of shit like a Happy Death Day. Fuck that movie. Give that 3 out of 10. Fuck off. But yeah, I'd give this movie 7 out of 10. I thought it was fine. Whatever.